Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the popular set 4.5 leak that's been circulating on the TFT Reddit. So this is not an official Riot Games image, it's just a leak, so take that as you will. But I'll be talking about the new and reoccurring units that I see sprinkled throughout this infographic. So starting us right off, we have Cultist. So Cultist lost Jin and Eve. So replacing them, they got some power back. They got Vladimir, who's a 2-cost Siphoner Cultist. And they got Sivir, who's a 3-cost Sharpshooter. Vladimir, I'm thinking probably his Q, especially based on the Siphoner kind of ability, which I'll talk about later, the trait rather. For Sivir, I'm thinking it's going to be more akin to set 2, where she has the Ricochet bounce, but she might have her Q. It just seems like it might be, it might make sense to be her old set 2 ability just because of Sharpshooters. What I'm worried about with this is that if there's no 4-cost Cultist, that 9 Cultist might not be the best. Just because Jin was a really good unit and he could help your backline out a lot. But who knows, it's hard to say without knowing the abilities, so we'll just have to wait and see. So moving on from Cultist, we have Divine, and I'm really excited about this one because at 1 cost we have Nasus. He is a Divine Siphoner. Nah, I'm just fucking around. So we have Kayle at the 4 cost. She is a Divine Executioner, I believe. Yeah. So Kayle, a lot of people think that this might be set 3 Kayle coming back. It makes sense, a lot of 4 costs were removed. Ashe, Warwick, Jin, Riven example, all carries that got removed. So a lot of carry potential you'll see throughout sprinkled here. So there's units like Kayle, Aesol, etc. that are going to be coming back and being big carries. So if this is set 3 Kayle, this unit's going to be really strong. And she also gained a Valkyrie type ability in Executioner. So Executioner's basic attacks and spells always critically strike targets below and this threshold. So this could be 66%. If you have a Kindred and a Chosen Kayle, she could just execute everything. And if she has a giant AoE auto attack, that shit could be demonic. I fucking love Kayle. She gained me so much LP in set 3. Bless her soul, dude. RIP in set 3.5, but she might be coming back. So that shit could be hype as fuck. We have to see. Moving on, we have a new trait. So this trait is called Dragon Soul. So the description's right here, but basically one ally receives Dragon Soul's Blessing, which gains bonus stats, and then every 5th hit, it deals percent of the target's maximum HP as magic damage. Once that unit dies, it passes on to another Dragon Soul ally. So say this is Tristana here, your Tristana dies, with the buff, it goes to Brand. Brand dies, it goes to Braum, etc. I think it could be a decently strong trait. We've yet to see. It's the highest health Dragon Soul ally, so chances are it will start with something like a Swain and then go down to a Tristana. So it might not be too useful later on, but who knows? You can see the scaling here. So I mean, it seems pretty decent, but the units are the more important thing I want to talk about here. So if we skip along, I mean, Tristana, Brand, Braum, Shyvana, this is supposed to be Olaf. All pretty interesting units. But I want to talk about these two big boys in the back. Holy shit. Aurelion Sol and Swain, set 1 nightmares. Aurelion Sol is a mage Dragon Soul, which means that he's ulting twice, which leads me to believe it's set 1 Aesol ultimate. That shit wiped teams. He would just go, brah. That's one fucking team dead. Brah, another, shoot his ult twice. That shit went insane. It would just one-shot your entire team when you build a death cap. Who knows what's going on now? But I'm led to believe, since he's a 4-cost mage, that's going to be the same ultimate. And then we have Swain. Swain was an absolute menace. This shit was the literal definition of a 1v10 unit. You put a GA on Swain, he would heal after he died, go all the way back to full, and one-shot your whole team, and then you'd have to kill him again. Shit was absolutely demonic, and I have no idea how people will deal with this unit in this current set, but I am fucking excited to have him back. This shit is going to be crazy. Especially with the power creep of these other set 5-cost units I'm seeing here. There's Ornn, Samira, etc. So it seems like the power creep towards 5 costs is increasing. Got to keep in mind that units such as Kayn are gone. But Swain does seem to be a really, really strong unit if they take his set 1 counterpart. So just keep that in mind. Moving along, Enlightened. Nothing really changed about Enlightened, so not really going to talk about that. Elderwood gained Rakan and Xayah. So these are both Elderwood Keeper units. So Rakan, I believe, will be similar to his set 3 Rakan. We'll see. And then Xayah, I'm not too sure what her ability will be, but she's a 4-cost keeper. So It could be her ultimate, just like stuns up a lot of units, but I'm not too sure. Exile has stayed the same. It's just Yasuo and Yone. Fortune here has an interesting thing. So this 3-cost unit right here is supposedly a new champ. So he has horns. I've never seen him in my League of Legends games, that's for damn sure, so I have no idea who this dude is. He's a Fortune Slayer though. I'll go over that trait in a bit. But Fortune with another 3-cost could be good. Had to replace Jinx, so they could have some sort of easier way to hit Fortune early game if you want to force it. So that's good. But I have no idea what his ability will be because I have no idea who the champ is, so. Moving on from there, we have Fabled. So these units are rumored to be either this is either Mordekaiser or Nautilus. I can't really tell. I think that it's Mordekaiser though. It might be a new Mordekaiser skin. And this is Nico and this is Cho'Gath. So Cho'Gath I could see having his set 1 ultimate, same with Nico in set 3. I'm not sure what Mordekaiser / Nautilus, I think it's Mordekaiser though, ultimate will be. But their spells gain an additional effect. So maybe it's like Cho'Gath ult gets bigger and it becomes like set 1 Cho'Gath ult, I'm not too sure. We have to see. Ninja stayed the same, nothing really changed. Spirit didn't really get any big changes. Warlord has a pretty big change here. So there's a 4-cost carry Warlord unit now, and this is Tryndamere. So not only is he Warlord, but he's also Duelist. So we have no idea what his ability will be. I think it's going to be in Dying Rage. I think that this dude is just going to smack you, and be unkillable. Who knows though? But this unit could be insane because he's a Duelist that also gains HP and spell power, stacking up to 5 times. It might not be Undying Rage actually, now that I think about it, because what would the spell power do? But I'm not too sure. I mean, what do you guys think? I really have no idea. Moving on from that, we have a new 5-cost carry in Samira. So Samira is a Slayer Daredevil Sharpshooter. Her ability is every other basic attack, Daredevils will acquire a new target. If that target is out of her range, she will dash towards them. With each attack on a new target, her combo rating will increase. So I'm thinking that she'll just be dashing around the screen. Sharpshooter means that her attacks will be bouncing around too. And every time she hits a new target, her combo rating will increase, so she's probably gonna get more strong. So this unit is a pain in the ass in League of Legends. So I think she's also gonna be a pain in the ass in this game. I think she might have the same ultimate as this game as regular League, but I'm not too sure. We have to see, but her along with Swain, along with Ornn, seems like the power creep is going to keep getting higher for these 5 costs, so there's going to be a lot of 5-cost carries in this next coming set, I think. So finishing off the new traits, we have Slayer. So Slayers, this one is actually confirmed by Mortdog on Twitter, and they gain lifesteal that increases at lower health and deal more bonus damage to their target based on their missing health. So 40 to 80% lifesteal and true damage, and 80 to 160 with 6. So Tryndamere is actually a Slayer Duelist Warlord. So he's going to be dealing more damage based off his missing health, hitting more, and also stacking this Warlord buff. So this unit could be an absolute demon. You'll notice Samira is also there, so she's going to be dashing around, healing, and dealing more damage based on how low she is. And there's also Olaf, so he's also 4 costs. So Slayer looks like a very big late game buff that you can add to your team, and it looks to be really strong too. We'll have to see how it plays out. I could still see Zed reroll comps being really good with Slayer especially and Ninja, but we'll have to see how that affects him. This could be even better than Shade potentially. You also notice that the new champion here is also included in the Slayer, so I wonder what his ability is going to be. We'll have to see. Siphoner's up next. So Siphoner, all allies heal for some of the damage they deal with spells and effects. So 2 is 10% for allies, 40 for Siphoners, and 4 is 25% for allies, 100 for Siphoners. So it's kind of like Celestial from the last, except not really too much. I'm just imagining something like Acel healing for like 25%. He shoots the magic beam, everything just obliterates and he heals up. You notice that Swain is here too. So Swain is also going to be healing a ton, and that Morgana is actually included in here too. So Morgana is going to be healing as well. So she already had some healing built into her pool, so I really wonder what that's going to do to affect her trait. So finishing up, we have Executioner as the new trait. So Executioner's basic attacks and spells always critically strike targets below 2 is 33%, 3 is 66%, and 4 is 99%. So you see we have Kindred, Kayle, and Xayah. So I briefly touched on Kayle before. She could be a really strong 4-cost carry unit, especially if her ultimate's the same as set 3. Kindred lost Hunter, so gained Executioner. This could be decently strong as a mid-game carry unit. Executing anyone below 33%, maybe with something like a Runons, you could be executing multiple targets at the same time, so that could be really strong. And then Xayah here, Elderwood, as well as Executioner, as well as Keeper. This unit could be really strong. I just don't know what the ultimate could be yet, so have to wait and find that one out. Finally, at the bottom there, we have Blacksmith. So Blacksmith is the new 5-cost carry. This is Ornn. Ornn is also Elderwood, also Vanguard, but this ability seems pretty crazy. So after participating in combat, Blacksmiths will begin forging an artifact item. The higher their star level, the faster they work. Once the artifact is complete, it will be able to bestow upon an ally. So this seems like Ornn creates items for his team, and the higher star level, the faster he works. So after a few rounds, he forges an artifact. Once it's complete, an ally gets another item. I wonder if that counts towards the item slot. I have no idea, but I imagine the value that this unit gives of free items has to be pretty insane. I wonder if it's so insane that you'd want to run it on every team. Unsure yet, especially since he's a 5-cost, he might have Ornn as his ult. Now that ult alone would be pretty strong, let alone his passive trait. Seems like it could be really, really good. See, over here we have Azir, but Azir hasn't really changed at all, so he's kind of staying the same. But that about rounds up everything here on this leak. If anything else drops, I'll be sure to update this accordingly. But a lot of new and exciting stuff. The meta is going to be super different, and it's going to be really exciting to play around with all these new units. So the new patch, I believe, drops on January 22nd. You can check Mortdog's Twitter for patch days. I believe it's 11.2, but I'll make sure I double check and add it into the description along with linking this image. If you like this video, please make sure to drop a subscription and follow my Twitch. I've been streaming my Masters games there recently, grinding for GM, so make sure you drop a like, all that good shit. Thank you. Have a good one.